Now, I don't have my entire classroom signed in to their Chromebooks at the moment, but I have signed in as one of my students to give you an example of what you can do with GoGuardian. So I'm going to go into my newly created classroom, and I have a session scheduled for 8 a.m. tomorrow. But right now, it's not 8 a.m. So I can choose to start a session whenever I want. And what a session does is it turns on the GoGuardian feature of monitoring and being able to communicate with students. If your session's not turned on, GoGuardian is not logging what your students are doing and allowing you to see that later. So I'm going to just make this a quick 45-minute session. I'm going to click Start Session. I have my entire list of students here. And in a moment, we should see one of my students pop on the screen here. There he is. So this is what I can see. I can see their screen on my screen. It gives me at the top, let's go with this little focus here. Up here at the top, I have the title of my classroom. I have screens is a one way of looking at it, so I can see what each student has on their screen, and as they click on something, it will change. It's not quite instantaneous, but it's pretty quick. I can, however, change and go and sort by timeline. And what timeline does, it gives me a timeline view of what they've been doing for the past few minutes. So right now, this student hasn't been doing much. You can see right here is now. And I can see, oh, okay, they were on a clever screen, and that's what that was right there. And now the student is going to click on something else, and we should see it update. As they click on something else, this will change. And now I can see, oh, okay, he's no longer on Clever. He's on that familiar Prodigy tab. This allows you to see what they're up to, and you can see a timeline of all students at once, and you can go back. This is very useful to see if a student is toggling back and forth between tabs very quickly, not spending very much time doing one thing or another. Over here on snapshots, this would be a very cool feature, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So if I go back to this screen part right here, and I see his screen, if I see he's doing something that I'm not sure that I want him doing in the future, I can click on that screen. I see a larger item here, and there's this screenshot ability right here. So if I click on that, it tells me up here a snapshot has been taken of his screen. If I come over here to snapshots, I'll now have all of my snapshots right here. I can download, save to drive, and I can send this image to a parent, guardian, or even the student and say, hey, you were doing this at 11 o'clock. Why were you doing that? That wasn't what you were supposed to be doing. So those are the basic features of what you can see them doing.